Something that really baffles me or amazes me, or I don't even know the right term to really use, to be honest. But it's whenever someone you know calls you up and they ask for advice, and you give them what you got, whatever to the best of your knowledge, give it to them. And then weeks later, or a month later, or whatever the case may be, they call you up and then they say, hey, they basically regurgitate that same problem that they called you about initially. And you say, well, did you take my advice? They'll say no. Now, it's not that thing that's upsetting, okay? Because, of course, they have the option to take your advice or leave it. And, my feelings don't get hurt either way. But what boggles my mind is the fact that, okay, did you take someone else's advice? Did you think of your own? What action steps have you taken to resolve that issue? And they say, well, nothing. Nothing? What are you expecting then? How is something different going to happen if you keep doing the same exact thing, expecting different results, right? That's like the definition of insanity, doing the same thing, expecting different results. And so I'm just genuinely curious, why people think this way. Are there people in your life that you deal with on this level? If so, what do you tell them? I try to be as honest as possible and say essentially this in a much nicer and sort of Socratic way so they come to their own conclusion. But it's just really amazing that people honestly think that different results will come without ever taking the advice. And again, coming to me, it's you didn't take my advice to begin with, so what else am I going to offer? I'm going to literally regurgitate the same advice I had for you before, because without trying that, I don't have anything else. If we need to readjust based on the advice given, fine, but without taking any sort of action step, I got nothing else for you. So it's just really amazing to me, to be honest. So I'd love your input on this.